Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Arij if you're new, and today's video is going to be about this little thing right here. This is called a menstrual cup if you're completely unaware, and a few months ago I posted a vlog showing you that I was trying one for the first time, and I kind of gave you my first impressions and my thoughts on it at the time. But here I am a few months later, here to give you the final verdict, what I actually think about it, the pros and the cons that I can perceive. And yeah, so let's get started. So first of all, if you have no idea what a menstrual cup is, essentially it is used for the same essentially it's used for the same purpose as a tampon or pad is. It's to prevent your period blood from spilling everywhere. Basically that's what it is, and it works more like a tampon than it does a pad. You insert this into your vagina, and instead of absorbing the blood like a tampon does, it will collect the blood in this little cup right here, and then you pull it out and you pour out the excretions. That's a really gross word. And then you pour out the blood and put it back in and move on with your day. So yeah, that's how it kind of works, and I'm sure you can find a lot of instructional videos, but that is not what I'm here for. I am here to tell you what I think. A few months ago, when I was doing the research to figure out if this product was the right thing for me and if I should switch from tampons to using a menstrual cup, I felt like I came across a lot of biased info. I felt that all the videos and articles that I read or watched seemed to be either extremely in favor of the menstrual cup or extremely in disfavor, I guess. And it was either like, no, this is the worst product ever, like you'll never learn how to use it, it's really scary, it's really difficult, what if you can't get it back out? And the other side was like, this is the best thing ever, like once you get the hang of it, this is gonna change your life, this is gonna fix your skin, it's gonna ease your suffering, solve all your problems, and lead to world peace. And you know what? It's not like that. It's not gonna change your life. So here I am to give you a more balanced perspective of the product and share with you my experience. So I'm gonna start with the pros. So the number one pro, okay, it's not the number one, but it's one of the pros, is that you save a lot of money using a menstrual cup over pads or tampons, because it is a reusable product. You're only buying it once, and then you don't have to keep buying it every month. You can just keep using it for years and years and years, as long as you take care of it properly. Secondly, because it is reusable, it's also way better for the environment, because you're cutting how much waste you produce by a lot. With a tampon or a pad, you're constantly throwing stuff out. Like, can you just like picture the garbage? Like, there's so much that piles up in a week, and you're just getting rid of all of that, which is honestly, I think, one of the biggest benefits of using this product. As well, you don't have to worry about toxic shock syndrome. So unlike tampons, where if you leave it over 8 hours, you have the risk of developing toxic shock syndrome, there have been no reported links between a menstrual cup and toxic shock syndrome. So that really just like gets rid of that stress of having to make sure that you, no matter what, change your product out within the right period of time. And it always keeps you thinking about it and worrying about it. You know, when you're asleep and you put a tampon in overnight, you just want to sleep in, but you have to get up and like change it out because you're worried that you're gonna get toxic shock syndrome. So with a menstrual cup, that worry is completely gone, which is very nice. It also holds a lot more fluid than a tampon does. Even just like the super absorbency tampon will hold less than this will. When I use this, I put it in the morning when I wake up, and then I change it when I go to bed. So I literally don't have to think about it all day, which is super nice. And then another really important benefit of using a menstrual cup is that it is just generally healthier for you. So when you use a tampon, on top of absorbing any blood that comes out of you, it is also absorbing any other fluids that are present, which include fluids that contain healthy bacteria that are vital to the functioning and balance of your reproductive system. By using a menstrual cup, you're not getting rid of that, so therefore you're keeping the pH balanced, you're keeping the good bacteria in, and as well you're not introducing chemicals into your system like you would when you use a tampon. Some of the toxic chemicals that they have found in tampons are aluminum, alcohols, fragrance additives, and hydrocarbons, as well the bleaching processes that are used to keep tampons white leave behind this chemical called dioxin, which is linked to both cancer and endometriosis. So that's kind of scary, and I don't think many people really know about that. And even if it is trace levels like the tampon manufacturers say it is, it's still putting something into your body that shouldn't be there, which is kind of sketchy, and overall it's probably best if you don't do it. And then another thing is that the artificial fibers that they use to make tampons with, they're actually quite abrasive, and for some people it can actually lead to little like nicks and cuts within your vagina when you're using them, which just sounds awful. And because this is silicone, it is very smooth, so you don't have to deal with any of that. But my favorite benefit of using a menstrual cup is that it forces you to become super comfortable with your body and super comfortable with your genitals and your menstrual cycle. And I think that is so important because growing up in pretty much every culture, you kind of learn to have a disgust response when it comes to your genitals and your period and things like that. And because you have to get so like up and in everything, you kind of have to just accept everything for how it is. And for me personally, it has really improved the relationship that I have with my body, which was an unexpected benefit to using this, but it was very welcome. So yeah, there are quite a few benefits of using a menstrual cup, and that is why I still use one, but there's also many cons that should be discussed. And the biggest one that I can think of that is honestly the most annoying is that this thing leaks. And I can't figure out why. Some people say it's because the cup's not the right size or I'm not putting it in wrong, but I think I'm putting it in right. And also, if it's not the right size, I kind of find it annoying that I spent like $40 on a cup that isn't the right size. Does that mean I have to like buy a bunch of cups, different sizes to try them out? You know what I mean? Like, I really find that annoying. Like, the leaks aren't like terrible. They're just like a few drops, but I don't want that. Like, I want to just have no worry whatsoever. So that really sucks. This product has a relatively steep learning curve, like compared to pads or tampons. You have to figure out what fold, there's like a bunch of different folds you use. You have to figure out which one works best for you to make sure that you're not leaking and things like that. And like I said earlier, you have to get really comfortable with yourself, and some people just can't do it and it's scary for them. I feel like you have to be ready to be able to use this product, and you have to be patient as well. It's doable, but it is harder to learn than other period products are. And then it's also super messy compared to tampons. So pads are messy inherently, but like I said before, tampons absorb the liquid, but this kind of just holds it. So there is a possibility that it might accidentally get everywhere, which is kind of gross. So yeah, look out for that. And then also, if you had to switch it out in a public bathroom, it would be kind of awkward because you don't really want to wash this thing in the public sink. That'd be kind of gross and uncomfortable. I've never had to do that really, except for this one time where I didn't even wash it out in the sink. I kind of just like wiped it off with toilet paper and then just reinserted. So it's not that bad, but it's still not as seamless as you may have come to expect with period products. And then lastly, there is some maintenance that is associated with this product, because unlike pads and tampons, you just throw them out and that's done, you're done with it. This you have to clean, you have to rinse out, and then at the end of every cycle you have to actually boil it to sanitize. So in conclusion, I do think that the benefits outweigh the cons, but the cons really are more of a convenience thing. The product is way less convenient than a tampon is. Honestly, like, if you have the energy, you can do it. But I found that in this last week, because I was so burnt out and low energy, I used tampons over this because I just didn't want to deal with it. And yeah, so that is my final verdict. I hope that this video helped you make a decision. I do genuinely think that it is worth it for you to at least try it out to see how it works out for you. But just know it might not be the best thing that ever happened to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you next week, maybe? Probably. I've been pretty consistent. Yeah, we'll see.